tonight as contractors build one of the first medical marijuana cultivation sites in the state here in Yellow Springs. Many people are wondering exactly what we are in for.
2 News reporter Maytal Levy is digging deeper and gives us an exclusive look at what we can expect.
Mark Brooks, soon this empty plot of land will be transformed into a medical marijuana cultivation facility. Cresco Labs planning to open up here by the summer. Look how big this plot of land is right now. Cresco Labs is one of 12 large-scale applicants that was awarded a license in the state of Ohio. After slipping on protective suits, 2 News got a tour of Cresco Labs' medical marijuana facility in Illinois by the same company planning to open shop in Yellow Springs.
It's important for us to have the cameras come in and be able to show the people behind the curtain.
Cresco Labs CEO Charlie Bachtel walking us through the grow operation where hundreds of plants are harvested.
When you see the benefits of a medical cannabis program come to life in your state and the patients that get the benefit of it, it would be difficult for anybody to not be supportive.
This is a rendering of what's to come in Yellow Springs. Cresco's Senior Vice President of Production, Jason Nelson, tells me he's already visited the village a handful of times. How many times have you been to Yellow Springs?
I've been there twice so far, and then once the facility is built, I will be there roughly every 2 weeks.
Why Yellow Springs?
Yellow Springs, community engagement and community involvement was a really big part of our application process.
More than 40 strains of marijuana go through the entire grow cycle inside the facility, producing medical-grade cannabis. Nelson oversees that process.
We operate in the same restrictions and same guidelines that any pharmaceutical company would.
The plants are tracked and registered with the state from the time they are a few inches tall to the time the product hits the shelves. Products like edible gummy treats or pens that work like e-cigarettes.
When we're looking to manufacture a product, it needs to be consistent, it needs to be repeatable, it needs to be dosable, so that someone who's taking that has confidence in that product.
Back in Yellow Springs, Cresco is planning to add around 100 jobs. Village President Brian Hausch blunt about reactions from the community.
I know what some people are associating with Yellow Springs. I think for us, it's very appealing, the whole medical marijuana story and what it can do for patients.
Those patients will have to register with the State Board of Pharmacy. There are dozens of qualifying conditions like cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and post-traumatic stress disorder. What would you say to people in surrounding areas who are skeptical about this coming to Yellow Springs?
We did our job of vetting it, across the board with our community, with the various stakeholders, and we're really excited to have Cresco coming to town.
As for vetting,
it's a constantly monitored, surveilled environment.
With weekly inspections by the Illinois Department of Agriculture and law enforcement, every employee must pass a federal, state, and internal background check.
We constantly work with our regulators to make sure that none of our products are making it into the wrong hands.
I requested the inspection checklist from the Illinois Department of Agriculture. It's 7 pages long, looking at things like how surveillance footage is archived and making sure product waste is disposed of properly.
Everybody has a preconceived notion, and I highly doubt it's this.
We wanted to know what Ohio's plan is. I found out the Department of Agriculture will not be in charge of inspections. The Ohio Department of Commerce will be. A spokesperson says specific details are in the works. And, quote, the inspection process will ensure compliance with the Ohio Administrative Code, the Ohio Revised Code, local zoning requirements, and the licensee's application, end quote. The DEA could really come knocking down on these doors any second. Is that something that people of Ohio should be concerned about when it comes to having this cultivation site?
I would have the utmost confidence that the way we do things here in Illinois and ultimately Ohio would stand up to federal scrutiny.
So if you're wondering where does the product go from here when it's ready, Cresco says it will be transported in a secured vehicle to area dispensaries across the state. Cresco has applied for a processing and dispensary license. The state is expected to announce who's won those awards coming up later sometime in the spring. We'll, of course, keep you posted when that happens. Live in Yellow Springs, Maytal Levy, 2 News, working for you.